Hi, everybody. Welcome to Sports for All podcast. I'm your host, Eden Byrne, and today we have another great guest. So, would you like to introduce yourself to everybody?
Yes, hello everyone. I'm Teddy Katono from Kenya. I'm a basketballer and also play football and biking. I'm a dirt racer. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. That's a great introduction. So, to kick us off, then, can you tell us about like your sporting journey and how you got involved and what that journey's been like growing up?
Yes, I started sports on a serious note when I was in high school, where I played for the school team. I was also the captain for the basketball. Currently, we have a team that I train with. I also occasionally participate in soccer. Each weekend, I try at least to do some biking, yeah, for some fitness.
Yeah, no, sports is it's definitely really like a great way to get involved in like different aspects of your community. Have you had a biggest achievement in your sporting journey so far? Like what's been your biggest goal that you've had?
You can say my biggest achievement was like 2 years ago, where I was coaching school, some high school, and we really progressed well in the basketball competitions, the inter-school games. Yeah, that was really uh, happy moment.
Yeah, I think that's a really great way to kind of like pass on your knowledge and like what you've learned and like the skills that you've learned. So kind of touching on from that then, what skills do you think that being a young person involved in sport have you developed and like how have these helped you like growing up?
I can say one is being resilient. You have to be a bit tough because we used to play with elderly players who are older than us in age, and some were really big, like the Sudanese. So we used to play with them. They're like two times our height. So we had to strive, and I can say through hard work and persistence and consistent, fellow young players can really do well in their sports, respective sports. And giving an example is in rugby, it doesn't matter your body size or mass, but your skills and how consistent you are in training.
I agree. I think they say consistency is key and I definitely think that's really important. And I think you can also like learn a lot from growing up and like how it like really motivates you and like how it can help you as an adult as well. Do you think that you've learned quite a lot and like do you think that's helped you now as an adult?
I can say yes because one, the fitness that I was, the training, the physical fitness we usually did has really helped me a lot. Secondly, I still come back to the hard work. And with that, at least till now, I'm able to get in the field and play with the youths. Yeah, they're faster, but we still manage with them. Thirdly, I can add on connections that I've gotten through sporting. Yeah, I've met a lot of friends, a lot of key connections.
Yeah, I agree. I've also like got loads of really good connections through sport and I feel like they're kind of those friends that you make that really help you to like stay involved and like you learn a lot from them as well, I feel like. So kind of moving on from that, have you had any like barriers? Obviously, you've touched on height being a barrier for basketball, but have you faced any like challenges or anything? How have you kind of overcame those, or how have other young people that you might have played with, like what challenges have they faced and how have they kind of overcame them as well?
Challenges, there are a lot of challenges. Basketball, you need some special sporting apparel like shoes, you need the ball, but they are quite costly and not everyone can afford them. So it mostly deters people from the game. You can also have that the basketball courts are very few around. So we have to go for longer distances in order for us to meet our peers and play maybe a game. So you find I do meet some young people just training on the road. They don't have a basketball court, which is also risky for them. Another challenge is the perspectives and the way people perceive sports. I think it's high time that maybe our parents and our guardians are shown that sports can really pay and it can be taken as a career by players. Yeah, because if someone, a lady or a boy, is interested in pursuing sports, they're very discouraged.
Yeah, that sounds like there are quite a lot of barriers. I feel like sometimes parents and stuff can kind of, yeah, put you off. And I think depending on like where you are in the world and like your surroundings, it can be quite hard to get involved. Kind of
Yeah.
moving on, what advice would you give to any young person wanting to get involved in sport?
I think they should follow their heart and their intuition. If someone is interested in becoming an athlete, yeah, they just give in their best to train. And in any sporting activity, any game, you have to give in the hard work. You can't deliver without training. You have to, no pain, no gain, in short. Yeah, you have to do some pain in the training. And then when you're in the game, at least you deliver because you've been exposed to the rigorous trainings. And, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's really important that people follow their passion, and it can be really hard to like get into sport, but like once you're in there, you kind of fall in love with it, hopefully, and then you're like, "Oh, I love it." So some young people might not have like a lot of confidence and might not feel like they're able to get involved, like due to barriers and stuff like that. How would you kind of help them to find that confidence and get involved in their community and in sport?
Very good question. Most of the successful sporting people from Kenya and around Africa, most of them come from, they started from down, from poor backgrounds. And these stories really motivate us. During some of our training sessions, we usually have talks with former players. And there's one who usually shows us films or videos from people like those former players like Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, inspiring the younger generation. There are those who they only know LeBron James and they don't know the older players. So we show them such at least to boost their motivation. They know that these players also started from somewhere and through the hard work, they achieved what they've already achieved. The key milestones. Yeah.
Oh, well, I think it's really great how like yeah, if you face like lots of challenges and then like you can really learn a lot from other people and like I'm sure you have definitely inspired a lot of people listening to this podcast. So thank you so much for coming on. It's been really great to have you. And yeah, good luck for everything in the future. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. It would be great if you could give it a follow and if you could give it a rating. If you want to connect with me further, you can find me on LinkedIn at Eden Byrne or on X at Eden71003.